You're actually taking on the role of a human guide with this little life, right? And so now you are here to help them. That means a lot of the shit that you want to do, guess what, goes to the back burner, right? So I don't feel like anyone should rush. I think you should definitely take your time, live, experience. I know people that are rushing to have kids but have never left the country. You're rushing to have kids but you've never left your state or your city. You've never seen shit. You've never experienced shit. But you're rushing to create this family and you don't have a lot of experience in life, which is great if that's your goals. But I would question and say, let me really look at my goals. Why are having children on my to do list? Again, not saying it's a bad thing, not saying that you shouldn't have kids, just saying you probably should think about it like, why is this on my rush? By the time I'm 35, I need to have this kid, or by the time I'm 35, I need to be married. Like what's the rush behind it? I guarantee you will look at it and see that it's more a selfish reason and it's just for show versus actual genuine reasons of why you want it. Good morning, Greta. Yeah, I was a mom to my nieces and nephews also, and I also have a goddaughter that I help raise. So I was a mom to everybody else's children, even though I have my one daughter, but my goddaughter, she's like my daughter. That's my baby, even though I didn't birth her. But I had everybody else's kids, everybody else's fucking kids I always had. So I just feel like enjoy life. And I don't think a lot of people understand what that means when we're saying enjoy life. Not that you can't enjoy life with kids, but in the first 5 years of your child, you're not fucking backpacking in Himalayas and shit. You're not taking these big ass family vacations. You're not doing that. If you're a person with kids, you remember the fucking all the bags and shit you needed when you went somewhere, the
Mhm.
stroller, fucking diapers and all the extra shit. Now, even back then we had hand sanitizer, but now with just all the extra precautions, you are not trying to go on family vacations with a bunch of fucking kids. You guys ever been somewhere and someone is on a vacation with their kids and the motherfuckers are screaming and crying at 12 a.m.
Uh-huh.
because the parents are still trying to hang out
Mm-mm.
and the kids are tired, they're delirious, but the parents are still trying to hang out and have fun on the vacation? I see it all the time here in Orlando, and it's hilarious. Like you got these little kids out here trying to like chill and roll with you guys till 12 a.m. They fucking tired. Yeah, I think sometimes we're meant to be in other children's lives that are just not ours. Like I have a niece who she's like a daughter for me. I've been in her life since the beginning like that. And her children called me Nana. I've been in their lives, and so I think we just were meant to have these connections sometimes. That even though we didn't birth them, even though we didn't go through the experience, right? Um, but we're still meant to be in their lives as that family, as that guide, as that person. Well, Patrick, you always could donate and get that question answered. So I just hope whoever watches this, especially as a female, I hope you just watch this and try to change your beliefs, especially if you're single, especially if you're dating, you're getting out in the dating world. I just hope you really think about it. Don't get mad at the men. Really look at what you're asking and requiring from a man, or a person, whoever you're dating. It doesn't have to be a man, because gender doesn't mean shit. Whoever you're dating, just kind of look at things and just look at what are you requiring from the person coming towards you. Can you match what you're asking them to bring to the table? And are your wants and needs realistic? Is it realistic? And most men are not rushing to have kids. I want all my ladies to understand this. Most men are not in a rush to have children. Okay. Not all men are in a rush to fucking have kids. So I think that's something we have to realize too. Right, Greta, right. Yeah, right. And see, 29 is not bad. Even 39 is not bad. 40 something ain't bad. I've seen women have kids in their late 40s, you know. So I think that it's just a matter of looking at life a little bit differently and allowing yourself time to grow as a person. Because me personally, I don't think anybody knows shit in their 20s. I think everyone in their 20s, you're still experiencing. You really don't understand what life is. What you think in your 20s is so different from when you get to your 30s. And when you get to your 30s, your priorities change. Everything changes in your 30s. You're not thinking the same you were at 20. You're not. And if you are, maybe something else is going on, right? Because I think when once we get to our 30s, we mature. That decade hits us, and we're looking back like, "Whoa, wow! Like I can't keep doing what I was doing in my 20s and my 30s." And so you start to change and mature. So I do think there's a big difference. Every decade, we kind of change and grow and mature. Me hitting my 40s this I'll be 42 this year. Um, Hitting my 40s changed a lot from who I was in my 30s. If I look back at who I was at 32, oh, totally different person, completely different person, shit, than I am today. So every decade, you kind of have that time to reflect and go back and kind of look at things, and then you're like, oh shit, yeah, don't really think the same I did back then. Now I'm this different person. I've grown, I've moved, I've changed. Now where are my goals? Where am I aligned with now? So you guys don't be so hard on these men. But anyone who watches later, you got to throw some comments in there. I do want to know you guys because you got a list. I know you guys have a list. Want to know what's on that list of of requirements of what or how somebody's coming towards you. I think a lot of people get stuck on the hype, right? The hype of marriage. Most people that I talk to that want to get married, it's because they've dreamed about it since they were a little girl. I've always dreamt of my wedding. That's some shit we're sold. We're sold that shit. Right, right, Lisa. Definitely. Hey, Crystal. And it's like that sometimes. Sometimes kids come into your life for you to help assist make an impact on their life, and they're not necessarily yours. You don't have to give birth, and then you don't have to keep them. You can send them home.